Today's very exciting because I am moving into a studio, first ever full artist studio. It's a big space. I think there's 16 artists in the space, which is exciting. Today feels like a momentous day. I'm starting my life as an artist. Welcome. Oh my god, I'm literally being blinded. Welcome. Oh my god, the lighting in here is too much. Look at this big window. It's absolutely gorgeous. I am really struggling with what to do, what to paint. Everything that I seem to be doing, either really uninspired by it or I'm just not happy with how it's looking. And I don't know how to get out of this like creative slump. Today is Monday and it is the first day of my 12-week The Artist's Way program. This morning I actually woke up and did my 3 artist pages, which is just like 3 pages of a stream of consciousness. I will say at the beginning it was really difficult, but actually by the end of it I could sort of see why you needed to do the 3 pages, because I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just do 2 and it'll still be the same thing. But then by the end of the 3 pages, I felt like I'd almost like resolved something for myself. I know in the book she tells you not to read back on your artist pages, but I'm almost like intrigued to know what I wrote because I feel like I went into like a bit of a blackout state. And then I have been doing my creative affirmations and going back through blurts. This to me did feel a little bit more difficult than the artist pages because just like slightly more confronting. And I also had a really hard time picking out historic moments from my past that had sort of kept me stuck. In the book, she suggests going through your past and picking out moments or people, she calls them monsters, that have hindered your creative practice. I found it quite difficult to even remember because I feel like I've blacked these things out, and I had a difficult time blaming the monsters. There was one girl who told me to take my dyslexic reading somewhere else. That has stuck with me for the rest of my life, so she had to go down. I feel a bit like stuck with it this morning. I feel like, is this gonna work? A bit doubtful, but I feel like that's how you're supposed to feel at the beginning, I suppose. Week 1 begins with shadow artists. This is basically about when you're an artist yourself, but you perhaps don't have the confidence, so you work for an artist or you become an artist manager. And it was quite confronting, this chapter, to me, because when I was at university I went and did an art foundation year, didn't think I was good enough, and so I left and went to go and study arts management. So just reading that on the page, I was like, oh god. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. It is currently, I think it's just after 6:30. Good morning, ladies. Another thing in this first chapter is about protecting the artist child within, and it was saying how you can't be critiquing first paintings or comparing your first paintings to somebody's masterpieces that they've spent 10 years working towards. That is something that is also very difficult for me, and something that she says often puts a lot of artists off. I have like got myself in a bit of a stew about the artist date and want it to be so perfect, and I'm like, do you know what? I just need to actually go and do something. So we're going to start small. We need to choose an outfit. I've been literally obsessed with this top recently. It's just like a little basic kind of like cami, but it's a little bit asymmetrical. I didn't think I was a leopard print girl, but it turns out My new favourite place is Cotton On. I'm literally obsessed with them. So there's this little like Cotton On shirt. It's got like a little built-in bra almost, and then it's got a low back. Let's wear that. My favourite jeans, and this is my current favourite party. Okay, how cute is this? Bag is packed for the day. I've got my laptop and then I have to take these huge canvases to the studio. I've also got to take these giant sheets of nice paper. Okay, it's a few hours later, quite a few hours later now. I've just been to my storage unit. There was me thinking I could just rustle through, pick out a few like cute bits from my studio. But when I tell you it was like piled high, I kind of forgot. I think when we were emptying everything into the storage unit, I was in a bit of like a daze. I did get this cute little painting that I did because I feel like I'm gonna go back into doing the flowers. I also, this morning, bought some flowers. There's this really cute little flower and card shop on Easter Road. I was looking in there and the flowers are like extortionate. So I went to the Co-op and everything was reduced because flowers have kind of seen better days. But I think perfect for my art. So I literally spent a £5 on both bunches of flowers, and that one's got lilies. I'm gonna quickly pop to HomeSense and see if I can find a vase and maybe a candle. I just want to like spruce up my area a little bit because I feel like whenever I'm in my area it doesn't feel very homely, it feels very corporate, and I want to feel cute and homely when I'm painting in my studio. I'm gonna count going to the HomeSense as like my little artist date because that's the most adorable artist date I've ever seen. Like pick a couple of bits for your studio. Perfect.
Tree, the last weekend of summer, the Empire.
Good morning, ladies. It's Valentine's Day. It is day 5 of the Artist's Way. It's Friday and I am in the studio really early. It's 8:30. I'm just about to do my artist pages, but I feel like we haven't really checked in very much throughout this video. I just wanted to go over like how things are going. To begin with, what I will say is that the artist pages take forever. I don't know if I'm a slow writer, if I'm writing more than I should, but it's taking me about an hour. I feel like maybe I need to cut that down to be just like writing for 30 minutes because that would like tie into my life a little better. Also, I feel like I've not even got round to all of the tasks. I've done my artist date. I did that yesterday, you'll have seen. I've time traveled and done like the 3 enemies of my creativity. And I've also gone back and thought about horror stories. So I've done number 4. So not really gone through like the champions of my creativity, but I feel like that's harder to remember. Select a happy piece of encouragement and write a thank you letter. I can't think of one. Can't really think of a compliment, although actually I've just thought of one, and actually I'm gonna do this today in my morning pages. I think the thing that I'm finding difficult about this is getting out of the everything needs to be productive mindset. Being playful and fun is not in my nature, sadly. I love it to be, but I do find it difficult to experiment in my work because I'm worried that that's not a productive use of my time. And then take your artist for a walk. Again, I haven't done that, but there's still time. Maybe I'll do that at the weekend. So I will say like it definitely takes up more time than maybe I expected. So today I'm gonna do my artist pages and I'm gonna write a thank you letter to the person who said that to me. And I'll speak to you in a minute. Before I left the studio, I wanted to take a little video of how it's looking now. The cute little rug, which I kind of don't love the rug, but I thought if you can't be fun in your studio, where can you be fun? Do you know what I mean? So I got some little cushions on the rug for when I work on the floor. My art here, I've done a little bit more on this one today. This is just watercolors. I feel like the bricks look really nice. And then yeah, this is it. I actually need to tick off some of these bits before I go. I'm really pleased with the studio actually, and I feel like a totally different person from the one who was all upset when she first came to the studio and felt a bit lost.